Hey guys, Advany here. In this video, I'll explain you how you can connect domains to CoAlias, and we'll go into the DNS settings that you need to add for that. So let's dive into it. When you add a domain to CoAlias, you need to configure it. But how does CoAlias work? Let's just refresh that a bit. So if we look at CoAlias, what it does is when you have like a domain, you attach that to a no-code app like Bubble, and then of course you can attach other domains to CoAlias. So that's basically the setup. You normally have you add domains, they go through CoAlias. CoAlias fetches the pages and data from your primary domain that's attached to your no-code app. But of course, when you are adding domains to CoAlias, they need to be configured. But how does that work? So every time you go and visit a domain on the internet, it needs to look it up. So there's like this phone book, we call that DNS, and in that phone book there's a table for every domain. So for example, dynamic domain, and that could be like your domain registry at NameSilo or Cloudflare or any service actually. And what we do there is that we add records to that phone book, and that would be your DNS records. And depending on what you need to connect, so for example, if you need to connect like mycustomerdomain.com, we would add a couple of records. We would add a www record with a type and then the value 76762121, or an add record, so that's the root domain. And if you want to add all subdomains, so maybe you want to dynamically generate subdomains, then you would add a star, the a record, and then 76762121. Or if you want directly add a subdomain, so that would be mycustomer.dynamicdomain.com, you would be able to add that. And once you add that, it takes like 5 minutes to 24 hours before they start working, because that address book needs to be propagated to the entire internet, and people need to know, hey, there is an update for this domain, and they will be able to visit that domain. Until this is added to your DNS, you won't be able, you or your customers or visitors won't be able to connect to CoAlias when they visit it. So one requirement is adding the domain to CoAlias, and the second requirement is adding the DNS records. Once you add the DNS records, we'll need to make sure that it's secure. So that's where CoAlias calls Let's Encrypt and asks them, hey, please generate an SSL, but we can only do that once that DNS record is recognized. So Let's Encrypt also reads from the phone book, your DNS, and sees, hey, is there a DNS record? Is it valid? Yes, okay. And then it starts generating the SSL. That SSL is sent to CoAlias, and after that, once the SSL works, the domains get a certificate, and you're able to securely visit those domains, and they will connect to CoAlias, and your app will work as expected. So this is in a short video demonstrating what you need to do and how it works. If you have any questions, please send us a message or send us a chat. Thanks.